blue carbon fiber 5D wrapped door panels onto the door, and I'm actually redoing the EL lighting, the mood lighting I had installed previously, because when they get removed, or if they get folded so hard and I guess they're kind of like glass inside or something like that, and they break, so then the lights doesn't light up properly. I did that with the previous set when I removed the regular wood grain and switched it for the black wood. So the old strip, which is still crazy glued onto it right now, it just didn't look right because some spots were dead. So I'm just going to take the opportunity now to show you guys how to do this. Basically, there's a taper edge on the inside, right, like this, and it's actually got like a high spot and a low spot where the EL light sits on. I don't know if you guys can see that. So that little extra edge right there just gets tucked in, and you want to keep it as flat as possible and evenly, because it's going to show when you when the light is on. So it's going to show those curves. But then you just go around this this little slot right here, the space, and you come around. You can do however you want. I chose to do a little angle like this. So, and on the back side, the wire comes out, and you have to run it to each door. There's actually two options. You can either run one of the AC DC converters to these EL lighting strips, one per door. But the thing is, the EL I guess the power converter thing, it actually gets pretty loud. It has a really noticeable hum when it's powered on. So if you're sitting in a quiet environment, you'll hear it like just buzzing, like a humming, loud pitch humming. It might not get to you, but it really bugged the shit out of me. So I chose to install this one and ran wires to each door. That made things easier for me. So this is the inverter for the EL wire strips, and basically they just get powered on by positive and negative. So let me go ahead and connect it. As you can hear, it's kind of quiet right now, and then as soon as they get turned on, it's high pitch buzzing, and it's just the nature of these things. Here I have my overlays. They have a similar type of inverter. These EL overlays right here, and this is the inverter that it uses. It buzzes too, but not as loud, and I think the reason is because they packed in like some serious glue or something to deaden the sound, but it's still there. It's not that loud. Just two wires going in, power and ground, and then there's two wires coming out that goes to each of them. However, you have to be really careful with them. They are 112 volts that's coming out of it, and if you touch the wires, the bare wires while the power is on, it gives you a little numb tingle on your fingers. So do be careful. Make sure you don't have any broken wires and shieldings or anything like that when you install these. So then there is no number of light strip limit, there's a length limit. So total of 1.5 meters is what you're allowed to use. So basically there's two wires that are inside, and when you buy big spools from the sellers, if this just comes in a spool, it's going to be a pain in the ass for you to use, because you actually have to peel open the shielding on one of this, and then you're going to have to solder another wire to this. So the ones I get are pre-made, plug and play really. So this is what it looks like when it comes, and all this is just a quick disconnect like these right here. So there's a taper edge and they're directional, so just tell me what length you need for the side that you want, like driver or passenger or left or right side, and make sure that you leave extra length. You can always chop off the extras, but you can't add on. So just be sure you get enough length for what you're trying to do. So then the colors that are available, this is white. White is not that bright, I'll be honest. I mean, it's barely lit. Light blue is also barely lit. Blue is actually pretty bright, so that's one option to consider. There's neon green, and then orange, I guess that's a magenta pink or something like that. Red, and then this is purple. So Just let me know what colors you guys wanted. So basically there's screws that holds these door panels on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 or so. And then you want to remove these two right here, so you can pull the where the leather is, pull it up and off of it, so you can snake the wire through. The plugs right here, I have an extra strip for the pocket area, but it's not bright enough, so you can't really notice it unless you put your hand inside. It's not overly bright, it's just really more of the accent lighting than anything else. So I had to splice these two together in order to get them to work together with the door. So, and wiring for the module, you can do it a whole bunch of ways. You can have it just when you turn your lights on. You can have it whenever your ignition power is on, or you can also have it sync with your lower door, your footwell lights if you connect it to that. So there's definitely a lot of options on how you connect it. Currently I just have it on with ignition, but I'm going to add the syncing to the door unlock as well. So tools you'll need for this job really is just a power drill, makes it easier to deal with, a needle from a syringe needle, and a crazy glue. The reason you want to do this is because it makes it easier for you to inject the crazy glue inside the seams where the EL strip's going to be held down to it. So basically you have to find something that will match up, because for this needle to fit this crazy glue bottle is like perfect. You just take it off the syringe and plug it in and it's good to go. Actually perfect fit. You don't have to worry about squeezing the bottle and the tip falls off or something like that. So then you just take this and then you're gonna run down the edge with it. A little goes a long way, so just try to be careful not to put too much in there. So then you just give it a second to dry and make sure all the pieces are firmly tucked on there, and then you just start assembling process and then connect all the connectors on the door. So this is what a properly lit mood lighting should look like. As you can see, that one is pretty much dead, so is that one, and now they're looking sharp again. So this is the final product installed without the lights on. And this is what it looks like with the lights on. Oh, what do you guys think? Is it too much? It's actually darker than what it shows.